Next, the Kraft Television Theater special anniversary program. The Kraft Television Theater comes to you live from New York. The play is being performed at the moment you see it. Living theater for your best television entertainment. Good evening. This is Charles Stark speaking for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the world's favorite cheese, who bring you two fine plays each week all year long on the Kraft Television Theater. Tonight we present the 391st play in this series. This week is a gala week on the Kraft Television Theater, for we are starting our 8th year on the air. In celebration of this event, we are proud to present Edgar Bergen, Charlie McCarthy, James Barton, Bobby Clark, Art Carney, Arthur Preacher, Ernest Truex, Joey Walsh, and an all-star cast. With Robin Morgan as Alice in Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, adapted for television by Jack Roach and with special music by Ernest Watson.
I tell you, Charlie, this was a wonderful idea of mine, coming to the country on a beautiful day like this.
Yeah.
Yes. It sort of makes you feel glad that you're alive, doesn't it?
Yeah, I imagine so, yeah. I guess so.
I think it does.
Yes. So what do we do now that we're here?
Well, just what we are doing. Commune with nature.
Oh, well, I ain't getting the message.
Well, you're not trying.
Oh, hello, nature. Hello, trees. Hello, birds. Yeah, nothing.
Charlie, look around you. Breathe in this spring air.
It smells up the place, doesn't it?
Yes, of course. You know, we city dwellers, we miss so much that is beautiful.
Do we?
Yes. In my youth, Charlie, I used to be a bird watcher.
No.
Yes.
A bird watcher?
That's right, Charlie. I know my birds. I'll show you. Yes. Over on that little branch there, that's a song sparrow.
Yeah?
Yes, that's Melospisa melodia.
Well, Haneker Slammer to you, too.
Yes. That's a woodpecker, Charlie, up there on that dead branch.
Yeah, let's ignore him. Maybe he'll go away.
No. Oh, the woodpecker's a lovely bird.
I just don't like them. All right. And what's that?
Oh, I also do bird calls.
Gad, is there no end to this man's genius?
Yes, indeed. I bird calls is sort of a hobby of mine.
Really?
Yes. Would you like to hear some?
No. You see, not listening to bird calls is my hobby.
I see, yes. Well, you're not interested.
Well, I don't know. You can't expect to... Again?
Yes.
Do they have subways in the country?
Subways? Oh, I believe that's a rabbit hole, Charlie.
Yeah?
Yes.
Rabbit hole?
Yes, just like the one in Alice in Wonderland. Of course you remember that story, don't you?
No, I don't think I do.
You don't? Oh, what a pity.
Yeah.
Yes. And I haven't told you a story for a long time, have I?
No, and don't think it hasn't been appreciated, too.
I see. All right.
Go ahead, tell it. I know you'll be happy.
All right. Well, Alice was sitting on the bank of a stream one day, sort of, daydreaming.
Yeah?
And when all of a sudden, a rabbit with pink ears hopped past her.
Is that right?
Yes.
And do you mean like that one there?
Well, I guess so, yes.
Oh, dear, I'm late. It's a quarter after 2.
My psychiatrist will never believe this.
No. Yes, well, to go on with the story, Alice was burning with curiosity, and so she ran across the field after the rabbit.
Yeah. Hey, this is getting interesting.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, how do you do?
How do you do? I wonder if you could...
Oh, certainly, to get lost, Bertie. No.
What is it you want, my dear?
Well, I just saw the most curious thing. A rabbit took a watch out of his pocket, and he ran on saying he was late. Did you by chance happen to see him?
Yes, he went that away.
That away? Oh, thank you. I'm so curious. I must find out about it. I'm a very curious girl. Excuse me?
Down there, Bertie, now.
Well, now, be very careful, Charlie.
Last one down is the rotten egg.
All right.
Whoa! Geronimo!
Here's the wicker.
The door? I wonder which door it could belong to. Perhaps it's the door I just came in. Curious. There was a door. I know. I just came through it. What a strange door. It's so tiny. What a lovely garden. I'd like to go into that garden. But it's no use. Even though my head does go through this door, it'd be of very little use without my shoulders. Oh, how I wish I could shut up just like a dog. I think I could. I only knew how to begin. Well, this certainly wasn't here before. It is getting curiouser and curiouser. Well, it's all very well for it to say drink me, but I'd better not do that first. First, I'd better look and see whether it's marked poison or not. No, it's not marked poison. It's not proper to drink from a bottle. But I don't see a glass. It tastes like cherry tart, custard, pineapple, roast turkey, toffee, and hot buttered toast. Curious feeling. I must be shutting up like a skeleton.
She came in here, Charlie. But I don't know. How could she get out? There aren't any doors.
No doors, eh?
No.
Well, how did we get in?
Yes, I know there at least should be an exit sign that this way out.
Yeah, or a fire exit.
Yes. The only sign in here is on that little bottle. And it says drink me.
Well, go ahead. What have you got to lose?
Well, it wouldn't be good manners for me to drink first, Charlie. So after you.
Oh, no.
Oh, just take a little sip of it.
No.
We'll find out.
No.
What's wrong?
Well, look at the label.
Yes.
It's a non-vintage here.
Oh, I'm awfully sorry. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do, Charlie. I'll take a drink if you'll take a drink.
That's the way it usually starts.
Yeah. All right.
Gimme. All right. Whoa, Bacon. Whoa. Hold me, Bacon. Whoa. Look, Bergen. Cinerama. Look at that big door.
No, Charlie. That's just a tiny door.
What?
We've shrunk. Look how small we are.
Oh, my goodness. I've heard of shrunken heads, but this is ridiculous.
Yes.
Look, there's Alice in the garden.
I hardly know, sir. Just a present. At least...
Who are you?
Well, I hardly know, sir. Just a present. At least I know who I was when I got up this morning. But I think I must have changed since then.
What do you mean by that? Explain yourself.
Well, I can't explain myself because I'm not myself. You see?
I don't see.
Well, I'm afraid I can't put it more clearly because I can't understand it myself to begin with. Becoming a completely different size is very confusing.
Not a bit.
Well, perhaps your feelings are different. All I know is it feels very queer to me.
To you? Who are you?
Well, that's right back where the conversation started. I think you want to tell me who you are first.
Why?
Oh! Well, I'm not going to stay here and talk to you any longer.
Now come back. I have something important to say.
Yes?
Keep your temper.
Is that all?
No. So you think you've changed, do you?
Yes, I'm afraid I am, sir. I'm much smaller than I used to be, and I don't seem to be able to remember things.
What thing?
Well, I tried to say, how does a little busy bee? But it came out, how does a little crocodile?
Recite, you are old, Father William.
All right, but I don't think I'll get it right.
Well, we'll see.
You are old, Father William, the young man said, and your hair has become very white. And yet you incessantly stand on your head. Do you think at your age it is right? In my youth, Father William replied to his son, I feared it might injure the brain. But now that I'm perfectly sure I have none, why, I do it again and again. You are old, said the youth, and your jaws are too weak for anything tougher than suet. Yet you finished the goose with the bones and the beak. Pray, how did you manage to do it? In my youth, said his father, I took to the law and argued each case with my wife. And the muscular strength which it gave to my jaw has lasted the rest of my life.
That is not said right.
No, not quite right, I'm afraid. Some of the words have gotten old.
It's wrong from beginning to end. What size would you like to be?
Oh, I'm not particular as to size. Only one doesn't like to change, you know.
I don't know.
Well, I would like to be a little larger. 3 inches is a wretched height to be.
It's an exactly good height. I'm exactly 3 inches high.
But I'm not used to it.
Well, you'll get used to it. Now run along. I'm very busy.
Dig that crazy filtered cigarette yet.
Charlie, I'm a little bit worried. I wish I knew where we were. Come here, you. So you want to know where you are? Yes, you see, I was wondering... Why? Why do I want to know where we are? No, why were you wondering? Oh, well, because Well, we're lost.
How can you be lost when you're here? Can you recite you are old Father William?
Well, I don't know any old Father William.
Well, can you recite you are old Father anybody?
Well, I know your old Father Edgar.
Well, it's not very good, but it'll do.
All right. Your old Father Edgar, the young man said, and your hair has become very thin. And yet you incessantly stand on your head. Now, isn't that hard on your skin?
Charlie, that isn't right.
Now, please, no interruptions. Recite.
Your old said to you, and your jaws are too weak for anything tougher than jelly. And yet you finish the goose, both the bone and the beak. And you sit there patting your...
Charlie?
Stomach?
It doesn't rhyme.
Blank verse.
Good evening. I'm Tweedledum.
And I'm Tweedledee.
If you're looking for Alice, she went that way.
To call on the Duchess?
Well, which way did she go? That way or did she go that way?
It doesn't make any difference. They both lead to the same place.
This here. Can you blow water rings on that darn thing?
For the Duchess, an invitation from the Queen to play croquet.
From the Queen, an invitation to the Duchess to play croquet.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
There's no sort of use knocking. There's no sort of use knocking, and that for two reasons. First, because I'm on the same side of the door as you are. Secondly, because they're making so much noise inside, no one could possibly hear you.
He says I must be
There might be some sense in your knocking if we had the door between us. For instance, if you were inside, you might knock, and I could let you out, you know.
You hold your head so high, my dear. Is it because your eyes are so very nearly at the top of your head?
I beg your pardon.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Can't you tell me how I'm to get in?
I shall sit here till tomorrow. Or the next day, perhaps.
Well, there's no use talking to you. It's good to be honest. Please, don't mind what you're doing.
If everybody would mind their own business, the world would go round a deal faster than it does.
Which would not be an advantage.
No?
No, think of all the work it would make for the day and the night.
Yeah.
You see, it takes the Earth exactly 24 hours to turn around on its axis, and if it went any...
Axis. Talking of axis, chop off her head.
Well, I think it's 24 hours, or is it 12?
Oh, don't bother me. I can't abide figures. Axis.
Don't you think you have enough pepper in the soup? No!
Shut up! Speak roughly to your little boy and beat him when he sneezes. He only does it to annoy because he knows it teases. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I speak severely to my little boy and beat him when he sneezes so he can thoroughly enjoy the pepper when he pleases. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Shut up. Hey, you. I've got to go and get ready to play croquet with the Queen. You take care of the baby.
Lullaby, baby, in the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will float, and down will come baby, cradle and doesn't she look cute with a baby?
Yes, she does, Charlie.
A little mother.
He's so darling. Would you like to see him?
I would, yes.
I would like to see him, too.
Holy smoke, look there again. It's more than their snort.
We'll be back in a moment with the second act of Alice in Wonderland, starring Edgar Bergen, Charlie McCarthy, James Barton, Bobby Clark, Art Carney, and a cast of Broadway celebrities, with Robin Morgan as Alice. And brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company, who now present the Magic Jar that'll give you a wonderland of fast cheese treats, everything from main dishes to snacks. Millions of cheese lovers have discovered that Kraft's Cheese Whiz works almost like magic in transforming ordinary dishes into something very special. Notice how smooth and creamy Cheese Whiz is. So we can just spoon it up and add that tantalizing golden goodness to hot-cooked and drained spinach. Right away, Cheese Whiz starts to melt as we toss it lightly with the hot spinach. Presto, changeo, and here's spinach that's a treat. Remember to add cheese goodness in a jiffy. Just spoon Cheese Whiz into hot foods. But when you want cheese sauce, just heat Cheese Whiz, as we've done here in a double boiler. And for something different for lunch, we're adding shredded chipped beef to our smooth, hot Cheese Whiz. We're going to serve this on a crispy rusk. Good eating and so easy. Remember, for cheese sauce with no work at all, just heat Cheese Whiz. And now comes the way you'll use this amazing pasteurized processed cheese spread most often of all. Just spread its golden goodness on crackers. Rich, crispy Ritz crackers and Cheese Whiz are a wonderful team. Remember, for all kinds of sandwiches and snacks, just spread Kraft's Cheese Whiz. Tomorrow at your food store, get this jar that gives you dozens of fast cheese treats. You've never had anything like it before. Get Kraft's Cheese Whiz. We continue with Act Two of Alice in Wonderland, starring Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy, James Barton, Bobby Clark, Art Carney, and a cast of Broadway celebrities, with Robin Morgan as Alice.
Ever are we going to get out of here?
Well, personally, I think we've had it. Our number is up.
Oh, nonsense. If there's a way in, there must be a way out. Nothing is impossible.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Did you ever try to stand over him on end?
Oh, look. Perhaps he knows the way out.
If he does, I bet he won't tell you.
Well, we might ask him at least.
All right. Pardon me. Could you please tell us which way we ought to walk from here?
That depends a great deal on where you want to get to.
We don't much care where.
And it doesn't much matter which way you walk.
As long as I get somewhere.
Oh, you're bound to do that if you only walk long enough.
We should have quit while we were ahead.
What sort of people live around here?
But in that direction lives the Hatter. And in that direction lives the March Hare. Visit either one you wish. They're both mad.
Oh, but I don't want to go among mad people.
You can't help that. We're all mad here. I'm mad, you're mad.
How do you know I'm mad?
Well, you wouldn't have come here unless you were.
How do you know you're mad?
Well, a dog's not mad. You grant that?
I suppose so.
Well, then, a dog growls when it's angry and wags its tail when it's pleased. I growl when I'm pleased and wag my tail when I'm angry. Therefore, I'm mad.
I call it purring, not growling.
Call it what you like. Do we play croquet with the Queen today?
Oh, I should like it very much, but I haven't been invited yet.
Oh, then I'll see you there.
Where did he go, Bergen? Where did he go?
By the way, what became of the baby?
It turned into a snurd.
Oh, I thought it would.
Well, now I wonder which way we ought to go. See the Hatter or the March Hare?
Well, which one do you want to see?
Well, I've seen Hatters before. The March Hare would be much the most interesting. And perhaps, since this is May, he won't be so raving mad. At least not as mad as he was in March.
Yeah.
Did you say snurd or bird?
I said snurd. And I wish you wouldn't keep appearing and vanishing so suddenly. You make me quite giddy.
All right.
Hey, Felix, you forgot your teeth.
Well,
Well, now, we'll
I've
have...
often seen a cat without a grin. But a grin without a cat. It's the most curious thing I ever saw in all my life.
Sure. Well, we'll have to decide now if we're going to see the March Hare which way to go, so.
Yes, there seems to be two roads.
Well, why don't we split up?
That's a very good idea. Charlie, you can come with me, and Alice, you can take the other road. How's that?
Well, that wasn't exactly what I had in mind. Let's go, Hall.
That poor dormouse. He must be very uncomfortable.
No room.
But there's plenty of room.
Have some wine?
I don't see any wine.
There isn't any.
Then it wasn't very civil of you to offer it.
It wasn't very civil of you to sit down without being invited.
I didn't know it was your table. It's laid out for a great many more than three.
Your hair wants cutting.
You should learn not to make personal remarks. It's very rude.
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
Oh, I believe I can answer that.
Do you mean you think you can find the answer to it?
Exactly.
Then you should say what you mean.
I do. At least, I mean what I say. That's the same thing, you know.
Oh, not the same thing a bit. You might just as well say, I see what I eat is the same thing as I eat what I see. You might just as well say, I get what I like as I like what I get.
You might just as well say that I breathe when I sleep is the same as I sleep when I breathe.
It is the same thing with you. What day of the month is it?
The fourth.
2 days wrong. I told you butter wouldn't suit the works. It's the best butter. Some crumbs must have gotten in. You shouldn't have put it in with a bread knife. It's the best butter, you know. I kid.
Funny what? It tells the day of the month. It doesn't tell what o'clock it is.
Why should it? Does your watch tell you what year it is?
Well, of course not. But that's because it stays the same year for such a long time altogether.
Which is just the case with mine.
I don't quite understand you.
The dormouse is asleep again.
Oh, of course. That's what I was going to remark myself.
Have you guessed the riddle yet?
I give up. What's the answer?
I haven't the slightest idea. Nor I.
Well, I should think we'd find something better to do with the time than to waste it asking riddles that have no answers.
If you knew time as well as I do, you wouldn't talk about wasting it. It's him.
I don't see what you mean.
No, I know you don't. I dare say you've never even spoken to time.
Well, perhaps not, but I know I have to beat it when I learn my music.
That accounts for it. He won't. And beat him. Now, if you were on very good terms with him, why, he'd do almost anything you liked with the clock. For instance, supposing it were 9 o'clock in the morning, time for lessons. You'd only have to whisper a hint to time, and around would go the clock in the twinkling 1:30, time for dinner. I only wish it was.
Is that the way you manage?
No, not I. We quarreled last March. before he went mad, you know. It was at a great concert given by the Queen of Hearts. I was asked to sing. Oh, twinkle, twinkle, little back, how I wonder where you're at. Up above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle,
Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle, twinkle, twinkle, twinkle.
I had hardly time to finish the verse, and the Queen bawled out, "He's murdering the time off with his head."
How dreadfully savage.
It certainly was. And ever since that time, he won't do a thing I ask. It's always 6 o'clock now.
Look, there's Alice.
And she's at a party.
Yeah, let's crash it.
Well, all right. It was nice of you, gentlemen, to invite us to your party.
We didn't.
No room. No room.
No room
Can't
at all.
you see there's no room?
But they're friends of mine.
Oh, too bad they couldn't come.
Well, as long as we're not here, may we stay?
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Clean plate, clean plate, clean plate, clean plate.
Clean plate,
Clean plate, clean plate.
Oh, clean plate. Thank you.
Clean plate, clean plate. Say, this is better than the automatic.
Your attention, please. The Dormouse is about to tell a story.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little sisters, Elsie, Lacey, and Tilly. And they lived at the bottom of a well.
At the bottom of a well? What did they live on?
Treacle.
Oh, they couldn't have done that, you know. They'd have been quite ill.
So they were. Very ill.
Why did they live at the bottom of the well?
It was a treacle well.
But there's no such thing.
They were learning to draw.
What did they draw?
Treacle.
Morgan, what is treacle? It's molasses.
Why doesn't he say what it means?
You got a puncture, Buster.
But I don't understand. Where did they draw the treacle from?
Well, now, if you could draw water out of a water well, I should think you'd be able to draw treacle out of a treacle well, eh, stupid?
But they were in the well.
Oh, of course they were. Well in.
Brother, is he shoving it?
Oh, they were learning to draw. They were learning to...
Well, since that's the end of the story, we may as well go.
Oh, stay and have some tarts.
Oh, thank you. Where are they?
But they were stolen.
Oh, too bad.
No, too good.
I beg your pardon.
The tarts, 2 of them, both very good. We missed them.
We'll recover them for you.
Who are you?
My name is Charlie. My partner's name is Bergen. We're working the day watch out of larceny. What do you think, Bergen? Looks like robbery. Yeah. We want the facts, ma'am, about the tarts, ma'am. What are the flavors, ma'am? I tell you, Bergen, I'm scared. No, Charlie, there's nothing to be afraid of. No, you just say to yourself, I'm not scared, I'm not scared, I'm not scared. Yeah, I'm not scared, I'm not scared, I'm not scared. Woo! Oh, no, it won't work. No, why? Well, you see, I know what an awful liar I am. Oh, I see, yeah. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah. This I like. This I
Oh, Charlie.
Oh, Alice. This is nice, isn't it? I like this here.
Would you please tell me how to get out of the woods?
Don't be afraid. Lie down beside us and sleep in the shade. No one will harm you. Sleep without fear and dream of your loved ones. Slumber, my dear. Rock-a-bye, Charlie, sleep, little boy, 'cause Bergen is near you.
Check, ahoy! Check, ahoy!
Look, Charlie, the red knife.
Why, he can't get away with this. I'll clip him, so help me, I'll mow him down.
I have to make you my prisoner.
Oh, please, sir.
I have to, so that you listen to me recite.
Check, ahoy!
That she's my prisoner, you know.
Then I came and rescued her.
Well, then, we shall fight for her.
You observe the rules of warfare, of course.
I always do.
Glorious victory, wasn't it, eh? Will you help me on?
Oh, yeah, the other side.
Oh, yes.
I'm afraid you haven't had much practice riding.
Oh, I've had plenty of practice. Oh, plenty of practice. Well, I must leave you now. Thank you. Will you see me off?
It won't take long to see him off, I imagine.
There he goes, tall in the saddle. And deep in the ditch.
I'm late. It's 5:30. I'm late. Why, you better hurry. You're late, too.
Late for what?
For the concert and the dance. Now, come along.
Well, come on, Bergen, let's hurry. Oh, there's plenty of time, Charlie, plenty of time. Yeah, well, I don't look now, but this may come as a blow to you.
What's that? I'm sure that, I do.
Oh, no!
We'll be back in a moment with the third act of Alice in Wonderland, starring Edgar Bergen, Charlie McCarthy, James Barton, Bobby Clark, Art Carney, and a cast of Broadway celebrities with Robin Morgan as Alice. And brought to you on the Kraft Television Theater by the Kraft Foods Company, who now bring you one of the best sandwiches you can put out. Swiss on rye with mustard. It's so simple, but there's a trick to making it really good. That trick is really good ingredients. Plenty of the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing spread on one slice of fresh rye bread. And then a leaf of crispy lettuce on that. On the other slice of rye, Kraft prepared salad-style mustard that puts in just the hint of tangy flavor you want. But the most important thing, of course, is good Swiss cheese. Kraft Natural Swiss that comes all sliced for your sandwich in this long, airtight package. Whenever we open one of these half-pound packages of Kraft Natural Swiss cheese, we're never quite sure how many slices it will hold. That's because natural Swiss cheese is the kind with the holes, and nobody knows how many holes to the half-pound. But those lacy holes are mighty important. They're a sign of fine flavor in natural Swiss cheese. Now, we put our Kraft Natural Swiss right on top of the lettuce, like that. top it with the second slice of rye. And man, oh man, that's what goes great for lunch or a snack with coffee or with a cold drink. Tomorrow, get this long sealed package of sliced Kraft natural Swiss cheese for sandwiches. Or for snack trays such as this one, which is so good to serve when folks drop in the evening. Or for a cold meat supper platter like this. You'll enjoy this fine, natural Swiss cheese many ways. Tomorrow, get the long, airtight package marked Kraft Natural Swiss Cheese. We continue with Act 3 of Alice in Wonderland.
I'd be glad to.
Are you a turtle?
Well, I'm a mock turtle. That's what I am, yes, a mock turtle. I'm the kind they make the mock turtle soup out of. Have you heard my song?
Well, no, sir. You see, I was
Well,
looking for...
I'd only be too glad to sing it for you. Slurp. A beautiful soup, so rich and green, steaming in a hot tureen. Who for such dainties would not stoop? Soup of the evening, a beautiful soup, a beautiful soup, a beautiful soup, a beautiful soup, a beautiful, beautiful soup. Slurp. A beautiful soup. Who cares for fish, game, or any other dish? Who wouldn't give up all for two? Any worth only a beautiful soup. A beautiful soup. A beautiful soup. A beautiful soup. A beautiful, beautiful soup. A beautiful you.
Pardon me? Now I shall recite.
Oh, pray do, pray do.
It's all yours, Fred. Take it.
'Twas brillig. In the slidey toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borough groves and the mome rats outcrave. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch, Beware the Jub-Jub bird and son, the frumious Bandersnatch. He took his war-pulled sword in hand. Long time the manxome so he thought, so rested he by the tum-tum tree and stood a while in thought. And as in uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock, with eyes of flame, came whiffling through the tulgey wood and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through the vorpal blade went snicker-snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went galumphing back. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. Oh, frabjous day, callooh calais, he shouted in his joy. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borough groves, and the mome rats outgrabe.
I knew that would be
Now,
The trial is beginning.
What trial?
Why, they caught the knave who stole the tarts. Come on.
Come on, Bertie, we might as well. It can't be crazier than this. No.
Down, please. Down. Oh, you are sitting down. Mr. Caterpillar, no smoking in court.
but Your Majesty, you're smoking.
Well, the king can smoke a little. The trial will now begin. My judge's wig, quickly. Hold my hat, dear. Thank you.
That's a very good-looking jury.
Never in my life have I seen a jury like that. I'm glad to see you stop smoking. Just think someday he will be a butterfly or a moth. If you're a moth, keep out of my clothes. That's a warning. The trial will now begin. Harold, read the accusation.
Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts all on the summer day. The knave of Hearts, he stole those tarts and took them quite away.
Very simple case. We'll finish it in a jiffy. Jury, consider your verdict.
Why, not yet, not yet. We have to have the trial first.
Very well, then. Very well. Send in the first witness.
First witness.
I'll intimidate him. He won't be intimidated. I'll get him on a technicality. Take off your hat.
It isn't mine.
Oh, stolen, eh? Jury, write that down.
I keep them to sell. I'm a hatter.
Oh, you're a hatter. Well, then just give your evidence and don't be nervous, or I'll have you executed on the spot.
I'm a poor man, Your Majesty. Only the March hat.
Oh, I did not.
Oh, yes, you did.
I deny it.
He denies it. Jury, leave out that part. Now tell me, what did the jabber, what did the dormouse say?
The dormouse?
The dormouse, what did he say?
I can't remember.
You must remember. I'll have you executed.
Ah, put his head. I'm a poor man, Your Majesty.
Well, if that's all you know, you may as well step down.
I can't get any lower. I'm already on the floor.
Oh, so you are. Then you may sit down.
Well, I'd rather finish my tea.
You may go.
And just take his head off outside.
He was framed. I tell you, Bergen, you can get more justice in an auto court, you know.
You boys over in the corner. Quiet, please. Quiet. No mumbling in the court. Silence in the court.
Off with his head.
She must have a lovely bunch of coconuts. Shh, not quite, Charlie.
Call the next witness.
Pepper, eh? Pepper. The witness isn't trying to intimidate me. Now, give your evidence.
I won't.
What?
Your Majesty must cross-examine this witness.
Well, if I must, I must. Now, what are tarts made of?
Pepper mostly. Treacle! Treacle!
Turn that dog outside of the court!
Treacle!
Suppression! Pension!
Treacle!
Off with his whiskers!
Is my crown on straight?
Oh, you look majestic, my dear. Call the next witness, please.
Couldn't we cut off that rabbit's head, too?
Later, my dear. I have him on my list. Next witness.
The next witness is Alice.
Here.
Right up. Oh, Alice, and how do you do? Now, Alice, what do you know about this business?
Nothing.
Nothing whatever?
Nothing whatever.
This is very important.
You mean unimportant?
Oh, I mean unimportant, yes. Jury, write that down, but lightly. Carry on.
Your Majesty, we have just received a letter.
A letter?
It seems to have been written by the prisoner to somebody.
Must have been written to somebody, else it's been written to nobody. Who was the letter directed to?
Why, it isn't directed at all. In fact, it isn't a letter. It's a set of verses.
Well, is it in the prisoner's handwriting?
Why, no, it's not.
He must have tried to imitate someone's handwriting. Oh, here he is now. We've been expecting you.
Your Majesty,
What?
I didn't write it. And they can't prove that I did because there's no name signed to it.
What if you didn't sign it? If you didn't sign the letter, well, you must have had some mischief someplace, or you would have signed it like an honest man. Oh, my royal heels. Carry on, my dear.
That proves his guilt.
Why, that proves nothing of the sort. You don't even know what the verses are about.
Verses? Verses? What verses? Oh, the verses. Read the verses, Hornblower.
They told me you had been to her and mentioned me to him. She gave me a good character, but said I could not swim.
That's the most important piece of evidence so far. You can't swim, can you?
Do I look as if I could?
Scratch that off the record. Continue.
I gave her one, they gave him two. You gave us three or more. They all returned from him to you, though they were mine before.
He gave him one, they gave him two. That's... Why, it's very simple. Jury, consider your verdict.
No. Sentence first, verdict afterwards.
Stuff and nonsense. The idea of having a verdict afterwards.
You hold your tongue.
I can't.
Off with her head.
You can't get away with that. I object.
And who are you?
Oh, I'm with the legal firm Button, and Zipper.
Zipper?
One of the buttons came off.
Oh, take the witness stand.
Come on, Bergen.
One at a time, please.
If he doesn't come with me, I won't talk.
Oh, you brought your lawyer with you, I see. Then you admit that you're guilty.
No, sir. What did I do?
Don't you know?
No.
You don't know?
Absolutely no. I don't know. Honest Injun.
Steam engine or fire engine? Oh, no. There's two hot ones right together.
No, not fire engine, Cherokee engine.
And what do you know about Indians?
What do I know? When I was sheriff of Local Wheat, Arizona, I was surrounded by 20 Indians, and I only had one bullet in my gun.
Oh, how exciting. Well, tell us, what did you do?
Well, I tell you, I shot one to the left of me, one to the right of me, one in back of me, one in front of me.
Just a moment. Hold your horses. I mean your Indians. How did you do all this with one bullet?
I shot it off a little at a time.
You'll swear to that?
Absolutely.
Guilty of perjury in the first degree.
Off with his head, a little at a time.
Oh, shut up, Queenie, you're in a rut. I tell you, I didn't do it.
What didn't you do?
I don't know.
Then you admit you didn't do it.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know. I will now give my verdict. Off with his heads. Guards, quickly. Next.
Just a little off the top. Oh, Bergen, they ain't kidding, are they? Hey, Rube, help.
Carry out the verdict.
Stuff and nonsense. Why, you're nothing but a pack of cards.
Now, you'll be all right. Oh, there, yeah, you're all right. Oh, where's my head? It's right on your shoulders. Oh, Oh, you were dreaming. What a dream. I met the dormouse and the mock turtle and everybody. It was crazy mixed up, kids.
I see. Well, you must have dreamt you were in Wonderland with Alice.
Yeah, you know, she was nice. Was she? Yeah.
You must have had quite a dream.
Yeah, I guess so. Are you sure it was a dream?
Yes.
Well, what about that?
Oh, that's just a little girl.
Yeah. You had quite a dream, Charlie. I guess so. I guess it was just a dream.
Oh, surely.
That's all it was.
Oh, dear, I'm late. It's a quarter after 2.
The Kraft Television Theater just presented Jack Roach's dramatization of Lewis Carroll's classic Alice in Wonderland. Both our play and the demonstrations of Kraft's Cheese Whiz and Natural Swiss Cheese came to you live from New York. What you saw was being done the moment you saw it. Here's how to get tonight's recipes free. Just send a postcard with your name and address and the name of the recipe you'd like to Kraft Television Recipes, Box 1718, Chicago 77, Illinois. Because your comments aid us in the selection of future plays and future casts, they are always most welcome. Won't you drop a card or letter to the Kraft Television Theater in care of the station to which you're now tuned? In a moment, tonight's cast, but first, a word from Kraft.
New for pan frying, new for baking, new for homemade salad dressings, new for deep frying. New Kraft oil is perfect for all 4. Kraft oil is all-purpose. Tomorrow, try Kraft all-purpose oil and liquid shortening.
The cast in tonight's production. Art Carney played the leading role in our recent production of Burlesque. A sensitive actor and a comedian of rare talent, he appears regularly on The Jackie Gleason Show. Bobby Clark has captivated musical comedy audiences for years, both in motion pictures and on Broadway. James Barton, another star of Hollywood and New York stage, appeared on the screen in Here Comes the Groom and The Time of Your Life. He played and starred roles on Broadway. Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy, known and loved by a generation of radio listeners who took them to their hearts. We welcome them tonight in their debut. This is Charles Stark speaking. We invite you to be with us each week for 2 full-hour plays, one on Wednesday evening and one on Thursday evening. Tomorrow night, Aerosmith, based on the celebrated novel by Nobel Prize winner Sinclair Lewis. On May 12th on this network, The State, played by fine casts of Broadway actors, brought to you in the Kraft Television Theater by the Kraft Foods Company.